Tusk is the 12th album by Fleetwood Mac and the third album from the so-called classic lineup. It was a multi-million selling album that loomed so far in the shadow of the classic album rumors that it gets forgotten about constantly. As a big Fleetwood Mac fan, I realize I'd never listened to Tusk front to back, so I thought I would try and make sense of this classic rock catastrophe. I'm going to take you step by step, track by track, on my thoughts on the album. We lead off with the song Over and Over. It's a beautiful Christine McVie song. Next, we have a song called The Ledge, which is written by Lindsey Buckingham, which is a really strange song. It's like moderately new wave. Weird rhyme scheme. It's got horns. What? I don't even know what the fuck's going on in that song. You'll notice a pattern with Lindsey's tracks. Think About Me sounds a little bit like Rhiannon in the verse riff, just down a couple of octaves. It's strange hearing a Christine McVie song heavy on guitar. Save Me a Place is an acoustic stomper by Lindsey. It's got some really cool band harmonies. The drums are very hollow, which gives the song some unique percussion. It sounds like folk rock in the Neil Young vein from about 7 years earlier. Next, we have the track Sarah, a beautiful Stevie Nicks song, and the song that sounds the most like by the book Fleetwood Mac, and kind of foreshadows where they would go on their next album, Mirage. What Makes You Think You're the One is another stomper, except this time heavy on piano. I'm noticing a pattern on his songs. They stray the most from the lineup sound. Kind of refreshing, actually seeing some more adventurous songs. Next, we have the song Storms. It's a Stevie Nicks song with a ton of conviction in the vocals. The music has got some really dry, arpeggiated guitar, which complements the song nicely. I get a Suicide is Painless MASH theme vibe from the music, which is not a gripe, but a compliment. That's All for Everyone is a nice acoustic progression. Starts the track off, and it's another song that sounds plucked from 1972. Next, we have the song Not That Funny, which was released as a single. It's full-on new wave. Drums are really punchy, and a keyboard straight out of the Talking Heads lumbers throughout the song. Is it supposed to be funny? Is this irony? Next, we have the track Sisters of the Moon, kind of a musical successor to Gold Dust Woman, especially in ambience. It's really poppy, which perfectly offsets the more avant-garde Buckingham tracks. This sounds the most like a track from Rumors, and it's one of the strongest tracks on the album. Next, we have the song Angel, the song that sounds the least like a Stevie song musically. Buckingham's thumbprints are all over this track. It's probably the weakest song on the album, in Stevie's case. And it's another one of her songs that are just way too long. Could have been about a minute and a half shorter and would have been a lot better. That's Enough for Me is an acoustic punk rock song. Strange sounds run amok on this track. It's got a weird punky synth run. Have those words ever been spoken together? Next, we have the track Brown Eyes, a very strange time signature for a Christine McVie song. This track has an ethereal quality to the vocals, which are very breathy and dreamlike. Next, we have the song Never Make Me Cry. It's the strangest Christine McVie composition on this album by far. The guitar and vocals seem to go in different directions. Next, we have the track I Know I'm Not Wrong. Another new wavy acoustic track from Lindsey Buckingham. A really strange synth sound all over this track. Next, we have the song Honey High, which is a nice, quaint little pop song, and it sounds like there's some bongos in the background, which is really different for a Fleetwood Mac song. Next, we have the track Beautiful Child, which is a super weepy ballad. It's a very emotional song. Followed by the next track, Walk a Thin Line, which is not really memorable. It feels like filler. It's one of the songs on the album that feels like was just thrown on there for no discernible reason. Next, we have the title track Tusk, which is one of the strangest songs in rock history. It was performed with the USC Marching Band. It has a strange time signature, weird lyrics, and Lindsey Buckingham yodels? And finally, we have the track Never Forget, which is a subtle acoustic closer with some beautiful harmonies. This album is a train wreck and a half. It is Fleetwood Mac's White Album. Like the Beatles, it seemed all the writers put as many songs on the record as they could without any editing of the track listing. The 74-minute running time is a definite strike against the album. Fleetwood Mac work better when their albums are in the 40 to 45-minute range. This could have been cut in half with the best songs remaining and creating a 40-minute album. Stevie's songs are the best overall, Lindsey's songs are hit and miss, and Christine's songs are more by the book. This is the product of a band that had a $1 million check to record, and they just thought, fuck it. We have the time, the money, we're going to party, and we're so hot right now that our fans will take a chance with us. It sold 4 million copies and was looked at as a disappointment because it didn't sell as much as rumors. They would return to their classic sound 2 years later on their next album, Mirage, where the critical acclaim would return. This album is the perfect photograph in 1979. This album was big, bombastic, and did not give a fuck. Respect to them for trying something different. If you want to listen to this rare case of the classic lineup taking a left turn, or just have perverse curiosity to hear an album that is different, check this album out. It is quite the ride.